Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's me, Double. I'm back with another one about the Sonic Cake Pocket Master. I get a lot of questions about the Pocket Master still. Thank you guys very much. It seems like you really like my videos on that. And today I'm going to go over some of the frequently asked questions that I've been getting about controlling it, some of the things we can and cannot do. We're going to cover a couple of expression parameters because really there's only a couple of them and people have been asking what we can do. And I'm going to bring up the MIDI list in just a second. And probably the last video that I did about the Sonic Cake Pocket Master was about setting up the controller, the VAVE Chocolate controller, or I use the Chocolate Plus. Some people have said you can use the original chocolate. I haven't been able to make my original chocolate connect. I don't know why. I have no idea why. I do happen to have two chocolate pluses here. I showed you in that last video how to set up one controller to turn on and off certain effects. For example, you can see as I go through here, I am turning on and off effects blocks within the pedal chain of the Pocket Master. It's a little deep because you have to program two things for each switch in order to turn it on and off. It's the way that Sonic Cake has their commands set up. It's not that difficult to run your head around it once you get an idea of the MIDI parameters that you can control. And for example, right now I'm able to turn on and off the first effects block, which is that blue block there. You can turn any of them on or off. The overdrive block going off with this button. This one is turning on and off the delay. And then this one is turning on and off the reverb. What I want to run through real quick is how you can go up and down patches, and also how to program those same buttons to go up 10 patches or down 10 patches. The other thing I have right now is this is set to go to the tuner and then turn off the tuner. I'll show you how to do that. So maybe you don't want to be doing the effects blocks and you want to be doing some patch switching instead. You've set up your patches, a whole bunch of patches. That's how you want it. Or you want to do both. You can do that. I'm going to leave the exported files for both of these versions in the link below. So make sure you check that. There'll be Google Drive links so that you can literally in the Cubesuite software import and export these files, these setup files that I have already created. If you hit import, you'll be able to go to wherever the phone directs you. But I'm going to have one setup called PM presets, which will be what I'm using this one for, going up and down. And then there's also PM with expression, which is what I have this one set up for. So this is PM with expression is going to just be the effects blocks on and off, and the expression pedal would be turning up or down the preset volume. Whereas PM preset, I actually have the expression pedal, as you can see, turning down the master volume. You can tweak those. We'll run through the software real quick. Again, I recommend you watch my other video on how I set this up to really get deep with the Cubesuite stuff. If we look at the phone and how I have this Cubesuite set up, CC24 is going to be preset down. So I have this very first foot switch A as preset down, and then you'll notice that I have it set up to be short step or long step. What does that mean? That means if I hold it down for a couple of seconds, we're going to be able to access a different CC parameter. I have it set to 22, and that's all in the import files. But if you want to tweak any of it, you just tap that and you can go in here and make these numbers. You change those numbers. Okay, right now I have that set 22 and data 2 is 0. Go back there. And remember, if you make any changes, you want to hit save. Okay, so 22 is going to be the long press, and that will be 10 patches down. Not totally usable, but right now, as you see, I have bank A 24, which is just going to be down one preset. So when I press this button, it's going down. When I press this button, it's going up by one, increments of one. And if I hold that button, it goes up by 10. Hold it for 2 seconds, goes up by 10. So that's obviously between song work if you're using this live, but a quick way to jump presets if you don't feel like going like this a whole bunch of times. And I'm just using all of the stock sounds. So literally, if you've done no setup with this, you'll be able to either import one of the files so that you can go up and down by increments of 1 or 10, depending on how long you hold this button down. I currently have this set up for tuner, and that's easy to do. I'll run you through that real quick just on the button. But like I said, if you really want to do this, real easy to just import it. Bank A. I have again selected this time not single step and not short step or step long. I have this for single step switch between two banks. Bank A is 58, and this is where data 2 gets handy. 58 is going to be the code for the tuner. It's going to be our CC code for the tuner. And then bank B, go to bank B, 58, and then anything I think above 64 will work, but I just have it 127. So same CC code, 58, because we're just talking to the tuner, but we're now able to send it two different messages, on and off. And that's how you run the effects blocks, on and off, or the distortion blocks. Same setup. You would just set up your button set way or import the files from below. And once you kind of get it all set up, you can export your files, save it on the phone, which is pretty convenient. What I have not done yet is programmed this C button. So let's go ahead and pull up the MIDI list. On the right side of this, we can see the explain column, or what we're trying to do to the Pocket Master. The first CC would be if you're trying to tell it to go to a particular patch. That would be how you enter this CC number there. You would use 1 through 50 or 51 through 100, depending on which group of patches you want to use. As you start to look down, you'll see some of these have on-off underneath of them, like the effects module, the drive module. So that's where we use the second data number, or data 2, that I was talking about here with the tuner off. In order to turn off number 58, we had to send it a number higher than 64. We're looking now to turn on or off the effects module with one switch, and it will require two button presses, one to turn it off or one to turn it on. Remember, that will be state dependent of the patch. We're going to pick foot switch C, which is the one I have not modified yet. And you can see I have this set for single step, single bank information. That's not what we want. We want to press on that. And then we want to come down here, mode, single step, switch between two banks. That's that second one. Okay, oops, got a little ahead of myself there. Bank A will be when we first hit it. Bank B will be when we hit it again. So we want to now touch this little bar gently, and we're going to tap the number, the data 1 section, and we're going to do effects module 2, which is 49. So we'll just type that in, and data will leave at 0. Save that. Bank B, we're going to hit plus so that we can add ourselves a command. We're going to change it from PC, which it defaults to CC. Okay. And we're going to enter the same CC number, 49, but this time it's going to be 1. Jiminy Christmas. 49. This cheap Android phone really sucks. Hit save. Oh, I bet I didn't hit save over here, did I? Oh, I did hit save. Okay, good. Yep, save. Don't forget to hit save. Always save. So now I should be able to, since this is wired in, that was the other trick. I have this one going Bluetooth. This is how you set up 2 of them. I have this going Bluetooth connected directly to it. If I were to turn the Bluetooth off, you see this starts blinking, but now it's paired to my phone. Dang. And then this is USB-C host out. I have a little adapter over here to go USB-C in, and it's host out USB-C. So that is connected over here. And I really doubt this is, yeah, I think so. So if you ever have that happen, the easiest thing to do is go into your settings, go into your connected devices, and just disconnect whichever one that you don't want to use right now. That's been my easiest way. It's a pain, but goodness. And now you see this paired right back up. It does it quickly, but it jumps over to the next Bluetooth device so quickly that you're like, whoa, slow down there. Slow down there, chocolate. So I have this set up for my main things, and this one now should turn on. Yep, this last effects block, effects 2. Let's hear what that one is. I have no idea what that effects block is. Phasey. So now I have drive, chorus, phaser up here, tuner, and delay, reverb, tuner. Okay, so now that I have that set up, I want to go back over to here and I want to export. I'll have the PM preset one, and then I'll have the PM effects with expression, and then I'll have this new one that will also have the added block already in there, just in case. Who knows? You just experiment with the program. That's the fun part of the whole thing. And it's a the Sonic Cake Pocket Master. It's really cool. You got to admit, it's cool. Even if you don't love it, even if it has some issues, I know they're working on it. I know that they're still trying to update the Android app in order to get the leveling kind of worked out. Some people have done. I'm not going to get all into the issues. It's a fun device. It's not expensive. Sonic Cake didn't ask me to make this. You guys have the expression controls. That's what we need to talk about real quick before I end this video, right? Expression controls. Everybody asks me, what can we do with the expression? Well, we can do drum volume. So you could be playing, and if you have your phone app going and you have, or if you're just using the metronome on board, you can only really access drum sounds by using the app. You can control that volume. You can also do the recording volume or playback volume of your loop. And then at the top, we have master volume or preset volume. And what would be the difference? It would be if you're a looper and you bring down the preset volume, that'll keep the looper going. You'll still hear that. Master volume would obviously bring down the loop volume as well as your guitar volume. The pitch effect. People have asked me about the pitch effect, and if it's any good, can we drop tune with it? Okay, let's check it out. Let me look real quick. Dear God, what the hell am I listening to? Hold on, I think I need to disconnect all this and make the app happen. Hold on. All right, let's check out the pitch. Yeah, so we don't get any control over any of these parameters, which really would be cool, right? Okay, so here it is, down 1, the low pitch down 1. Woo, I'm in tune, right? Yeah. just really makes everything kind of nasty. What happens if we make the high? So pitch, not so good for, you know, somebody wanted the Digitech thing, and I don't think that's going to work. Doesn't track real well. You know, it is what it is. I wouldn't try to use that for real precise pitch shifting where you have to, you know, tune down a half step or anything at all, really, for a song. Not quite there. But again, this thing's like $65, you know. Get a drop, put it after or put it before, and you should be good there. Weird that you can't get any control over whammy stuff or like pitch. But like I said, I think they'll get there. They got plenty of room left for CC numbers. And if we kind of keep asking them, hey, can you do this? Can you give us some control over delay level? Can you give us control over effect parameter? Maybe, you know, so that we could sweep through one of those pitch frequencies. That would be enough for a whammy kind of thing, you know, in a pinch. Hey guys, if you like this kind of video, please subscribe. I just realized that we've broken 7,000 here. Thank you all very much. I really appreciate it. I feel like the Pocket Master has brought many of you guys to me, and you guys have been very kind in subscribing and watching the videos. So please, if this was something that you enjoyed, press the like button down below. And if you haven't subscribed, please feel free to do so.